Prime Day isn't just for Amazon sellers. And if you've ever wondered whether it's worth jumping on the bandwagon with your own offer at this time of year, it's likely that it is. Prime Day brings a huge spike in traffic across the e-commerce world. People are online, they're scrolling, they're ready to spend. They've likely been waiting for this, this time, this sale, because we all love a bargain, and you can absolutely tap into that. There's also an inbuilt expiry on it, and an inbuilt sense of urgency and FOMO because of the way Amazon run the sale for just a couple of days. People know that they need to buy now rather than later. And even if you're not going to jump in and run a sale in July, maybe it doesn't fit with your brand or for your brand right now, you do need to be paying attention to what people are buying, how they're buying, what sales are enticing people in, what trends in marketing are happening, so that we can then use all of that information to look ahead for Q4, which we all know is the biggest time of year for e-commerce. So we're going to jump into 6 emails. It's quite a lot, but we're just going to go through them briefly, pick out the bits that are working, the strategies, the designs, the copy that's working well, so that we can then either prep our own Prime Day sales or look ahead to Q4. This first email is from a brand called Recess, who sell canned drinks. I love this email for so many reasons, but primarily the reason I've chosen it here is because the strategy behind it is to prime people for Prime Day. Couldn't get around the pun. They are essentially telling their audience, remember, Prime Day is coming, get ready, we're going to be part of it. You can get your drinks, your usual order on Prime at a reduced rate. So we've got the image of the can, and they cleverly put over some numbers here, as you can see, the kind of the mind mappy numbers with the little Prime in. So really, they've really thought about the details. They've added the little logo in there, and it says something Prime is coming, Amazon Prime Day. Hi friend, the cans have been staring into space and chanting Prime numbers. So they're really tying in the header and the copy and the Prime Day theme. Are they trying to tell us something? Maybe it has to do with our Amazon Prime Day sale that starts on the 16th of July. And if you can't wait until Prime Day, start loading your cart now. Big button, add Recess to your Amazon cart. So in this email, this brand, they obviously already sell on Amazon. However, even if you don't, priming your audience is always a really good idea, because if they have perhaps set aside some money, or they are getting swept up in all the offers that they see, having that memory of, oh, that brand, they are also running a sale and I like them, they're my favorite, I'm going to go and shop with them. So it's just planting that seed, that idea. And then your offer. What are you going to offer for Prime Day? Some of the discounts on Amazon are pretty steep, and by no means do you have to do that. But this is an example of one where they've gone bold. Bold with the design, bold with the discount. Over 30% off on Amazon. From the streets of Mexico to your family table. This email is from De La Calle. So again, this is once Prime is live, Prime Day is live, they are letting their own audience know, driving people to their Amazon page with that 30% discount. Now, it's likely that for many people, this is the kind of like a second Black Friday. Only Black Friday would have this level of offer like this. So it's really important that you're priming them. Then we're doing the big launch day emails like this. And this one, again, I chose it because of the offer as an example of a bold offer, but the bold design. There's going to be a lot of emails flying around on Prime Day. So, if it goes with your branding, or even if it doesn't, maybe you need to shake it up a bit on Prime Day. How can you make sure your email stands out? Because here we've got the colors, we've got really large fonts, we've got 30% off in multiple places. We've got it in the small writing at the top, we've got it in the big white writing, we've got it in the red little circle here, and we've got it in the button. So that is plastered everywhere. They're not shying away from this. They're making sure that even if people just open this and look at it for a split second, we know what the sale is, we know it's big, and we know it's bold. This email is in some ways exactly the same as the last one, but it differs in a couple of places. So it's exactly the same in that it's very big and bold in its approach of launching Prime Day sale. So we've got the big logo, we've got really big fonts, we've got the offer, and we've got the call to action. And actually in this email, that's all we've got. I love how to the point this is. It's all about getting you straight to checkout. No messing around. We're running a sale. Here's what it is. Let's go. Where it differs slightly from the last one, though, is in its strategy around the offer. So the last one, we saw quite a big discount, 30%. That isn't possible for everyone. So what are the other things you can do? So this brand obviously wants to offer a discount, the 15%, but wants to make sure that they're also getting some reward from it. So it's only on multi-packs. You can be really specific on choosing a product or a collection that your discount applies to for sales like this. Or you could flip it and create bundles. So if you don't sell multi-packs, could you just for Prime Day? Or could you create a bundle of different products just for Prime Day and either sell that with a small discount or no discount at all, just as a Prime Day special? It doesn't always have to be a big discount. The other caveats that you can bring into your sale are who gets access. So you might run a sale just for your VIPs or just for your email audience. The sale might not be something you run on social media or elsewhere. It might be that VIP exclusive, so that you can control how many people use that discount or that offer. This one from Fabletics, they have a very big discount and they are giving it to their VIP members the night before the other really big sale. I love the way they phrase that. So it's tipping its hat to Prime Day without actually using those words. So the other really big sale starts tomorrow. We're giving you a discount first. That's a great way to swoop in and get those orders that might otherwise go to Amazon. The other thing I want to touch on in this email, which I love, is the countdown timers. Say no to FOMO, get in on the sale like everyone else. So here they're really playing on that that sense of urgency. So there's the countdown clock, and then also a bit of kind of social proof of how many people are shopping right now. Equally, if being so brash and bold and explicit about Prime Day isn't your brand, isn't your tone of voice, you can absolutely take a different stance on this. This brand here, Curie, celebrate Prime Day the Curie way. So they're going to, straight away, they're going to have their own take on it. It's Amazon Prime Day, and we wanted to reward you for shopping directly with us. Instead of paying Amazon 20% to sell our products, we want to pass the discount on to you instead. So here, what they're doing is they're still being part of the sale, but they're pulling in their beliefs and their brand ethics, which is why their customers are with them, why their customers follow them. It would be a large part of that. They've probably got amazing products as well, but that kind of branding and brand ethics and the way they do things will play a part of why their audience follows them. So they're really playing into that whilst also rewarding their customers with the sale. So they're still participating. This one I had to include in here because, you know, I love a plain text email to mix things up. And that's what this brand does really well. They do some beautifully designed emails, but then they sporadically will pop in with a plain text email. So we've got some great copy here. July is flying by as it does. We hope summer so far has everything you dreamed it would be. As you probably know, today and tomorrow, Amazon Prime Day. We figured you might be online doing some shopping, so we wanted to give you a little incentive to come and shop with us. So this email is clever in a couple of ways. So we've acknowledged that it's a time that people like to shop, and it's increasingly becoming more and more so. It's getting bigger and bigger every year. The other really clever thing here is that plain text element. As we've already touched on, there's a lot of emails at this time of year. So this one is going to stand out for its lack of design because it's got more copy and because it sounds like it's coming from the founder, whereas some of them are just very image heavy. So it's that contrast element that works so well here. And this is a bonus email. I said there was going to be 6. There's actually 7. I couldn't resist sharing this one. This copy is gold. It's Amazon Prime Day. They have an extremely low price. We can't beat it. Click here if you want it. Sometimes a bit of wit, a bit of tapping out of what everybody else is doing works. I can guarantee this probably got more attention than a lot of other emails just because it is so very to the point. Whether you run an Amazon Prime sale or not, I hope that this run through of some Prime examples serves you with some fantastic inspiration.